Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at the Decepticon Scourge. What we're going to do today, we're going to have a quick look at him in both of his modes, that way you can decide which way you want to display him. I'm going to point out a few things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase one for yourself. I've got what I believe to be in front of me, every known variant of the Generation 1 line of Scourges, so I can make you aware of them and what the differences are. And as I'm lucky enough to have a couple of different types of packaging, we can have a look at the artwork and of course the lovely battle scenes on the back of that as well. So let's get started. Here he is, Decepticon Scourge, officially released in 1986 as part of Wave or Series 3 of the wave of Transformers that came under the Generation 1 continuity. And of course he made his appearance in Transformers the movie, where he's been a very popular character ever since. So yeah, he was made from the reincarnated or rebooted or just reconstructed body of course Thundercracker, and that would probably explain why we've got the colour scheme of the blues. Well, that's what I think anyway. Might not be. But so what we're going to look at first and foremost then is the first release, and the first release is this one here, and that's the one with the solid blue roof. So subsequently after that, even in the same year, they still released the Scourges, but they changed. As you can see, you've now got a sticker on the top. So the very first release had the blue sticker that's on the top, exactly like that. The other thing as well that you need to be aware of while we're here is this comes off, and it comes into more than one pieces on the very first release. So you can see it's got the ends missing, whereas on the newer versions, if I just take this out, bear with me 2 seconds because these aren't played with, they're not very loose, you can see the pieces which are missing. So that's a difference. Oh, let's get it to focus, there we go. That's a difference straight away in these. So the first release had the solid blue roof, and then subsequently after that, and of course the Targetmaster version, which is on the right hand side as well, that had the stickered roof as well. So things that you need to be aware of, well, let's show you the Cybertronian hovercraft mode first and foremost. I think this is fantastic. I think it does look really good. It was sort of, obviously it was something like we'd never seen before, so I like the fact, same with Cyclonus, that they were things that, you know, we couldn't relate to them as we'd seen them. Obviously with the Autobot cars, we've seen the cars, same with the planes. You've obviously seen all the planes, but things like this, although as silly as it sounds, you can tell that this is, well, looks like a hovercraft, but it's obviously something that you've never seen before. So the alternate mode I think is really good. Someone's unfortunately drawn on that there. But yeah, and the other good thing about this is as well, is that it covers up pretty much all of the body inside. So yeah, when you turn it over, you can tell that they are legs, and of course his head's behind that flap there. But I think that alternate mode looks really good. Just be aware of your stickers. Even more so, obviously, if you had this version. If you have this version and you're missing the stickers on the front, then it's going to look quite bland, to be fair. Something else that you can't really see there, and I'm lucky enough that they're quite good examples, is that with it, the colour being what it is, they do tend to get a bit sun faded. And if I can turn, I've got the light on unfortunately because it's dark in the UK already at the moment. You can, there you go, see the difference in the sun fade and the colour. So this guy on my left's got the sun fade, and this one here hasn't at all. It's not to do with how far away it is, you can just see that it's got that yellow tinge. So that's obviously why I've got him displayed in robot mode, because you can get away with that. So yes, if you're looking to display him in hovercraft mode and he's sun damaged, then it won't look too good at all. So that's something to be aware of with that. We might as well look at him in robot mode then. So this is the weapon that came with him. That's the weapon for the original release. Obviously the Targetmaster I'm going to show you in a second is slightly different. I'm really sorry this isn't focusing. Let's try it again. There we go. That's the blue weapon. So that's what you're looking for. So obviously you need to have that dowel there, otherwise it won't fit in his finger. Hand. Talking about the dowel on his hand, this is quite a strange fact with him, that the hole for his hand there is the same size obviously for the gun, but it's much smaller than what the 5mm peg is on the top of his head. So you can't stick the gun there, and these weapons weren't interchangeable, so you couldn't fit that in there because it wasn't big enough. But here's the robot mode. Let's have a quick look at him, because up until this time, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, this was the first, you can see there he's got a beard and a moustache, and obviously with all the figures before this, we'd never seen robots with beards and moustaches, so it was quite an original move by hasbro / takara to put him with that, so it makes him stand out straight away. The robot does look very good. Stickers again play a part. You can see where these have been rubbed off. If I show you the Targetmaster version, it's got much better stickers there. You can see the difference. So the stickers do make a difference there, and they mainly get damaged due to the transformation, to be honest. Articulation wise, he'll move at the elbows, he'll move at the shoulders. He's got quite a bit for a 1986 figure, and he's even got a joint there pretty much at the top of his hips. It's a bit too high for his knee, but it'll be sort of classed as a knee joint, even though it doesn't really do anything, or you can't really use it to maybe pose unless he was flying, I think. But otherwise, quite a lot of articulation and just a really good figure. I think it just looks so good. Again, for the time, we hadn't seen anything like it. It was amazing. So I really enjoyed it. I really liked the figure. I've messed that up now. Let's get it right. Really enjoyed the figure, playing with it when I was a kid myself. It's not going to stand at all. But yeah, so this was the one that I've got in my hand. I'm going to put back in a second. Was the original 1986 version. So the version you can see standing here was later released. What have I done to this? As the Targetmaster. So this was 1987. And if I bring it over here, the main difference now is, funnily enough, the hole in his hand. So you've got a 5mm peg there now. So this would fit in there, but it was for the Targetmaster release of this figure. And as far as I'm aware, it is one of the rarest figures under the Hasbro range of figures that's been released. I know it was very sparsely packed in with the rest of the Targetmasters, and this is his Targetmaster. And if we zoom in there, you can make him out. I'm not going to transform him, but that's the Targetmaster that comes with Targetmaster Scourge. The other thing as well that you might not be aware of is Targetmaster Scourge is a Hasbro exclusive. So I know Japan had loads of exclusive figures, but they didn't have Targetmaster Scourge nor Cyclonus, and one of the main reasons for that is they used the Targetmasters for other figures. So if any of you've heard of Artfire, not the website that I talk about, but the actual figure, this was the Targetmaster they used for Artfire. So that's what makes him even rarer, because obviously in other markets like Japan, and obviously the collectors nowadays, they want a Targetmaster Scourge because he wasn't released in that country. So this is what we've got in front of us. So we've got the original blue roof release, we've got the standard release after with the sticker roof, you've got the robot of the normal release, and then you've got the robot there of the Targetmaster. So I hope that covers enough with the robots. Let's have a quick look at the packaging then. So I'm going to move these out of the way a second. Let's just pull these down here. So funnily enough, I'm going to start with the Takara box, because the Takara box is lovely. It's right in front of me. And so you've got the same artwork for Scourge himself. Main difference though, for being really picky looking, is the fact that the sunburst goes nice and high up onto it. I do really like the Takara boxes. I talk about this all the time. Main reason is they are more small, they are more compact, and for people who collect sealed stuff, you can see there's polystyrene inside, so there's no danger of him, damaging, falling out of position. Whereas with the sealed one I've got here, they use the bubble, same as in the Autobot cars, same as obviously in the mini-bots. And unfortunately, people have had even graded figures, and then unfortunately the bubbles come loose. So this is one of the main reasons why I prefer the Takara. The other main reason is the battle scenes on the back. Unfortunately, that's just a standard battle scene that you'll have seen a lot of times on the back of the boxes, and maybe it's true, yep, with the other one there that's right in front of us. But there you go. So you've got the tech spec and everything exactly the same. But again, I just like the boxes. They're just smaller, they're more compact, they look a lot better. This is the standard. It's the same as the one that's sealed. There's your standard. See what I mean? The sunburst a bit lower, same artwork, same graphics, same transformation, and of course on the back, the same battle scene. So your two Titans, Metroplex and Triptychon, both in their base modes with the triple changes, and Ultra Magnus obviously there. Great battle scene, great piece of artwork. Excuse me. The other big difference though was what came with the Japanese figures. So you had the instructions with the UK, and then you had the new leaders catalogue, which folded out, and everybody's seen that hundreds of times. But so I'm going to show you some of the things that came with the Japanese one. So you had the Japanese instructions, obviously, totally different, folded out rather than being just in a book like that. So this folds out on a big sheet of paper. You've then got a correspondence card with the correct with the feedback form. The one thing I forgot to mention quickly as well is the D on the box stood for Destron, which was Decepticon, so this was D71. They were all numbered in Japan. You also had a nice collector's card which came with all of the figures. Again, they really went to town with everything, so you didn't just get the instructions, you got a collector's card, tech specs exactly the same, and then you had 2 catalogues with this. You had the mail away. I've done a video on this as well if any of you have not seen it. It's amazing. So in Japan, obviously, they were all the mail away figures, including Ramjet. It's Ramjet, isn't it? No, it's Dirge. It's Dirge. It got me mixed up. So yeah, that's the difference straight away. There's more things. You got the collector's card, which come with the Japanese, and of course they've got the polystyrene inserts for the packaging. But he's going to stand for me now. Brilliant. There we go then. So this was hopefully not too in-depth. Hopefully it didn't bore you too much. I've tried to cover as much as I could there with the figures. Let's have a quick look at the sealed one then before we put it back. I am going to send this one off for grading. It's sealed to the bubble there. The guns are there. So this is probably how you'd imagine if you were a child way back in 1986 seeing this on the shelves. So yeah, can't wait to get this graded. Did an unboxing on it, so it's a new piece to my collection, so I'm really pleased with that. But there you go, guys. This is Scourge 1986 and 1987 versions. I hope it brought back some nice memories for you. Hope you like looking at it, and yeah, please take care.